Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to the finale of Act 1 with our Cossacks run. Now, I did go into Neustadt, Auerstadt, I don't know how it's called, Freystadt, I'm sorry, and sold pretty much all of our surplus stuff, and pretty much, got rid of everything except for a couple of things which we're going to be able to use if we are going to hire a couple of new recruits. Speaking of, I did notice that there are indeed some cavalry recruits over here, and we're going to take them. And what we're going to do for the rest of the episode is just do a little bit of a rearrangement here, and then we're going to go and take out the enemy main army, which is going to come for us in just like a couple of days. So, yeah. Do feel free to jump ahead a little bit if you are more interested in that. Now, that being said, we are going to give these guys horses. We are going to give them, I guess, some beer. The rest of the stuff isn't really that applicable to you. Well, I guess the sabers. And then let's look at the stables. So I think in the stables we're going to get some good hussar sabers here. Can sell the old stuff. And you know what? You can actually get these. I think they're just slightly better for you, and that should be a-okay. Then we've got these 612. I don't really like them. I think long term we might be able to build the horse grenadiers to be more of a get stuck in force. How much of melee do these guys have? 30 compared to 35. You're not actually that much better at melee, but you're a lot more men. So probably we can give you cuirassier swords. And then we have hussar sabers for the rest of the guys. Yeah, pretty much everyone is carrying hussar sabers for now. That's okay then. Let's sell this stuff. We're going to keep one cuirassier sword around. We could take a dragoon sword. They're not that much better compared to what we have, so I don't think we're gonna. The heavy jacket is a little bit more tempting. That's a 5% more reduction in that. So, you know what? We're actually going to buy that. We have 1,000 or so, which isn't the worst. So I suppose that will be fine, right? Yeah. Okay. You all have stuff that I think I more or less want you to have. And you know what? You can get this stuff here. Good. The breastplates we're going to keep. They are expensive, and we could potentially sell them. That wouldn't be the worst idea. I could also give you the horse grenadier stat. No, but I do think I would like them to be somewhat fast at least. Okay, we will need a little bit more here, so I suppose we can pay the 50 bucks. This down here, by the way, I think this is pretty much all that we're going to keep for infantry. And then, and these things are really not that great. Let's sell this stuff. Quartermaster, anything we want from here? I guess the blanket rolls are typically good, but I don't think I want to buy stuff that's not at least good quality. Let's get a couple of crosses. And potentially some good tea. It leaves us at slightly lower than 1,000, but that's okay, I suppose. I would really love to get another carbine for our dragoons, which currently don't have anything to shoot, which is a bit funny. Right. You're going to get the beer and you're going to get the cross pennons. Fine, I don't think there's that much more here that we can do. We've got enough stuff in terms of everything else, so that's fine. Let's make sure that we are marching and then go to this camp. Shelley Hospital. Oh, no, we do have the field hospitals. As I said, this is a very, very good thing to have. Now, what else are we going to do? We could burn down a thing. I don't think we have enough time to... We've got 7 days. There's no way how we're going to make it to this convoy. I don't think there's any way how we could get to this encampment. So we're going to go back to Freystadt and burn it down, I suppose. You know what? They have actually good alcohol. Let's buy that. And I suppose we could give that to some of you guys. There we go. Okay. Love it. And what I should actually do is take this away from you, give it to you in place of, let's say, the crosses. You're going to get the crosses, and you are now much better at leveling up. And you've got a little bit less to level up. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's start to raid over here. Should give us a bit of money, should give us a bit of provisions. There we go, winter is coming, that's fine. It will cost us a lot of provisions, and a lot of our negative modifiers are costing us provisions anyway. But that's okay. We are still in raiding stance? Yes, we are. Okay. Apparently it doesn't register that. Right, let's go to raiding. Yes, there we go. Headquarters notified. That's okay. There we go. There are rewards. Someone is missing their cheese. Right. I think getting the herbs on someone would be fantastic. But you all have some sort of food. I think what I could have done, and maybe should have done, is go into a drill stance. Do we have anyone who's just about to level up? Well, you are, but that would be a bit useless because, again, we don't have any guns. You guys need at least 6, so you're really far away. So yeah, I suppose no one is really that close to getting to the next thing. The officers also gain a little bit of veterancy. Let's do it. Ooh, stop. What's going on there? There's another enemy here. Well, if that isn't nice, then I don't know what. Let's catch them out. I think that probably... Do they spawn when the headquarters notified? I think that's what's happening. That's actually not that bad for us then. Right, okay, let's try to get you. Do we need anything to level up? Just pretty much Dimitri. And I'll need to briefly reconsider the distribution of my generals after this fight. But yeah, I do think we're going to play until the finale here. So this we should take fairly quickly. Maybe we should try to get to another time to at least get a couple of carbines on our dragoons. It's like epic rubbish otherwise. I would actually love to have guns on all of my units, but that's something that we just don't get. Okay, let's get the... You know what, we're just going to start. Get over there. Get over here. Start flanking around. Okay, you're going to get them to be distributed among that side. You try to run by these guys. What's going on over here? They are setting up their artillery somewhat conspicuously over there. Right, let's try to swoop in. If one of our guys run. Notice how we're to normal speed and these Cossacks have a movement speed of 160 something on the road? That is fantastic. Yeah, and I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to take the enemy out before they're any wiser to it. Yeah, just look how slow everyone is except for the Cossacks. Yeah, that is very lovely though. Good. There we are. They're trying to support. They can't. We are running at a speed of 108. They are running at a speed of 64. Even though they are charging, which gives them a bonus, they're not going to be able to catch up to our Cossacks. This is hit and run. This really is excellent hit and run. Honestly, I love it. They're also going to be completely exhausted. Because they don't have that great stamina. I mean, we lost a lot of stamina here too, but that's completely alright. And they're charging again. Let's see how well that turns out for them. Yeah, just come by here. That's fine. You're going to be alright. Don't worry. This is completely fine. Nice. Timing wasn't too bad either. So yeah. All that cost us was 6 men here, 22 men here, and absolutely no one here. Good. Okay, I like it. So we got rid of a couple of things. So good. The dragoons. How's the situation looking up over here? There are a couple of recruits coming for us. The issue is the more units that they have, the less our tactic of trying to split them up will work. And that is a bit of an issue that I see here. Right, these dragoons, you know what, you're gonna come behind them. They are gonna come up like so. And these dragoons are gonna try to flank. Okay, suppose you need to come a little bit closer. Come up like that. I don't want to be engaged by them. You guys are fine. Walking up a little bit. Keep an eye on the minimap. Okay, we even got them to retreat before our dragoons even hit them, which is nice. Because that will mean these guys are going to earn a little bit more experience. Raking up some kills here, but also maybe don't get into the kill zone there. Right. Is anything happening down here? No, it just looked a bit weird. Okay, right. Speaking of, there's another cavalry charge here. I find it funny that we are probably going to be able to cross with our cavalry in front of their cavalry just so we can hit them in both sides simultaneously. There we go. Come on, charge. Charge. Hit him. Hit him bad. There we go. No more cavalry for you. Okay. Up in the very north here, it looks like these Cantonese recruits here are making a terrible mistake, and that is they're trying to run for the Cossack cavalry. Which is fine in theory, but it's going to mean that they're going to be engaged by everyone over here. Then they're going to try to do the other mistake, and that is facing this enemy infantry cavalry as they're coming in. And that too just doesn't really work that well for them. Right, and I think we want to completely devastate them. There's another infantry unit here that has been beaten back, which is lovely. Okay, everyone stop what you're doing here. Get out. Maybe the Cossack cavalry could actually charge in and deal with a couple of these guys, so that they're not blocking the pathing of the other units. Right, how's the situation looking here? Okay, we've got a single enemy unit. Let's try to bait that. Cossacks are fine. These dragoons, let's bring them up on this hill so that we can start dealing with the Landmilits at some point. Normal speed is fine for you, please. And just try to deal with them. That should be fairly quick. These guys are still moving. These guys are not moving. Yeah. Should accelerate this, otherwise this episode is going to get super long. But on the other hand, I really don't want to play really suboptimally. So 2 units. 2 units with 1 guy each. Right, there we go. Okay, these recruits. Right, let's accelerate. That should deal with them. Yeah, Dragoons are so powerful. Just the ability alone to engage with the enemy, to reload whenever you need, is super useful. These Dragoons are doing their thing here. And all of these guys can get over there. Maybe the provincial cavalry a little bit on the flank there. Make sure that we are not being completely screwed down here. Which we are. Fantastic. Turn around. And completely shattered. Right. Speaking of completely shattering. Bam. There we go. Good stuff. Can we get some carbines? Some carbines would be super lovely. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, money. Money is good. Get me carbines. No, just regular rifles. This is okay. The rest of the stuff's may. Well, at least get some veterancy up. Promotions, lovely. Did we have a promotion on Demidov before? Don't think so. Good number of promotions, though. I like that. Okay, you can be promoted to Dragoon. Question is, do we want that if we don't have any rifles to give to you? Or muskets, rather. I think not. You... Aha. Yes. Here's what we're going to do. These Dragoons... no, which ones? These Dragoons? Let's pick these ones. Right. Give up all your stuff. Be promoted to Horse Grenadier. Get over to the Heavy Brigade. You, on the other hand, are going to be promoted to Dragoon. You're going to be put in the Dragoon Squadron, which we're going to shift around like so. Everyone does need to replenish their forces, by the way. You're going to get the gun. You're going to get the reload thingy. You are going to get the slightly worse saber, which I suppose is this. No, it's this one. And then you get the good saber, and you... What else can we give it to you? Well, basically all of this stuff is useless for you. Right. You've got the accuracy. You don't have much. And you've got the wrong horse at this point. As do you, but again, you don't have any guns, so no point giving you anything better there. Got that already, actually. Let's increase your accuracy slightly, I suppose. Guess it's the best thing that I can give to you. You certainly don't need the reload speed modifier anymore, nor do you really need T. What you could use, though, is some greycoats. And just generally stuff that would be good at melee. What improves melee for you? Nothing much, does it? Okay, you're gonna have some herbs. This stuff we can't give you. You, on the other hand, don't need the melee damage reduction, but you can get this stuff. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Everyone here has a treatise. You're gonna get a treatise at some point, and that should be okay. Good. We are short on weapons, but that's okay. Right, cavalry accuracy, ammunition consumption, move speed, and reload speed and move speed. Anything that's useful for us. Infantry, no. Artillery, no. Charge at the cost of stamina? I think not. We're not going to use our dragoons to charge that often. On anyone else, that would have been lovely, but not on you. Combat effectiveness, melee damage, movement speed, cavalry charge. You are very likely to die, by the way. Charge at the cost of veterancy gain. I don't think I want that. I think I want to continue having you be effective. The officer command radius of fears. I'm not sure I like any of these. Melee damage is useful, but melee damage only comes in later. So no, we're gonna keep building you towards more of a charge. Should have picked the charge. Ah well, it's gonna be all right. Good. Without further ado, let's see what we can do. So just 4 more days. I suppose I do think I would love to come over here and potentially buy at least a gun. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to do that because even once we start, it will take the enemy a couple of days to actually come towards us. Okay, they are coming now. We can't outrun them, that's fine, but we will be able to get into the city, get to the gunsmith, and buy a carbine. Young Pings, I don't like them. The Delft ones, I think I prefer. Accuracy is pretty horrendous on either. Delft ones are slightly faster to fire. It's not really much of a difference. Okay, let's nevertheless buy this stuff and sell the other things. Potsdam Young Pings, yep, Potsdam. Can sell these. We can sell this stuff. And that should be okay, no? Yeah, good. Okay, stable. Anything we can buy over here? Yeah, we can. Let's buy the good Hussar Sabers. I think they're going to be useful at least. Right. You get the gun. There we are. Okay, sorry. For a second there I thought I didn't buy the gun actually. But of course I did. Good. Okay, who can get the good sabers? You guys here don't really have that good stuff anyway, so we're going to give that to you. Rest of things look fine-ish. You're going to get that. You might charge at the end of the day, so... Right, and anything that could be beneficial for you? Question mark? Don't see anything. Morale, move speed, accuracy, heavy jackets, useful. Staff college, nothing really useful. Gunsmith, this is, I noticed this is going to be a longer episode. I suppose we do need someone in reserve all the time, so let's buy one. Some good artillery pieces there, but again, nothing that we need. We don't want hussars. That's fine. Gunsmith, again, just checking in. Maybe the Young carbines. I mean, we need more stuff anyway, right? 12%. 10%. Let's keep it as this, right? Good! Dealt with that. Where's the enemy? The enemy's down here. Anything we want to buy from the stable? Just last check here. No. Well, I say that, but there are some Hungarian horses here, which I definitely do want to buy, because they are fantastic. Good. Right. Now we go. Let's raid. Raid and pillage. It's the last thing that we're going to do here. The enemy is actually taking its time to come towards us. Okay, we've got a couple of light saddles, which is not the best, but it's still better than nothing, of course. Can we give that to any of you? We can give it to you, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. You guys got everything you need. Yeah, no. Not really. Morale at the cost of movement speed? No, I don't think I want that. The ammo consumption is useful to keep thinking about. That's alright. I suppose, you know what? We actually got to go towards the enemy here. No reason not to. Or can we actually gain a bit more of experience and get you to do anything useful? I don't think so. Right, okay, so last thought that I want to have every charge. You have the best charge. You've got slightly better melee, I believe. We're going to shift these guys around. The only real drawback... No. I've got a better idea. We're going to shift the generals around. That's easier, and the reason for that is I want to keep the Cossack unit as the icon force here. So, 6,000 men against their 13,000, and things are going to be difficult here. They've got 3 artillery brigades, that's fine. They've got dragoons, hussars, and provincial cavalry. That's a challenge. And they've got Itzenblitz musketeers, veteran musketeers, a couple of recruits, some light milites, and other things. I am worried about the amount of cavalry they have. Typically, we sort of engage them on a 3-to-1 basis, but I don't know whether we're going to be able to pull that off when they come in with like 2 or 3 units at the same time. Especially the dragoons, which are going to fire on us before they close in. Might be a bit of a challenge. And of course, they've got so many artillery pieces that they're going to be... I will need to change the icons of these guys. Especially on the dragoons here. That needs to be something light and easy. Okay, you know what? We're going to bring the dragoons in here so that they can sort of fight their way through this forest. And let me just change one thing, and that is, I really wish that it would start with the general sort of in the center of things. I think that would be slightly more useful. Right, and these riders, where do we want to place them? Again, they do need experience, but for now I'm mostly worried that they're not going to be the strongest units, really, for us. Okay, I think this could work. Right, let's deploy it like that. And then the dragoons get your way, sort of get into this forest over here. And build a line that way. Look vaguely threatening. Have these guys come up there. And then the Cossacks are going to move a little bit more like that. And the rest of the guys are going to... I would love for the rest of the guys to be in the very rear. But now I think we're going to be fine doing it like this. Now what I'm really worried about is that as the enemy starts to increase in size, we're going to have a harder and harder time flanking around them, right? So that, I suppose, is going to be a challenge. You know what? Let's try to be on the street. I never noticed how much of a speed bonus the street gives you. So we're going to do it like that. That's okay then. Right, normal Cossacks. Come a little bit behind this here. What's the speed on our Cossacks here? This is normal speed. They are not running, and they are coming along at 90 or so. Fantastic, fantastic, guys. Okay, dragoons, get in the forest. Get in this forest. Dragoons. Did I not give you any ammo? I did not give you any ammo. Okay. Right. This unit is practically useless because I forgot to give them any ammo. Wow. What a stupid mistake. That's what you get when you play a mostly melee-based army and you forget certain things. Okay, in that case, do sort of hold the line over there and pretend, make pew pew noises with your mouth, because that's what we are reduced to. Right. Okay, we're going to try to come into their back and maybe hit and run some of their cavalry. That might at least discourage them from funny things. These are the Itzenplitz Musketeers, yes they are. So that's the strongest unit that is facing off against my weakest unit. Maybe that's not a perfect idea. Let's send over some Grenadiers to help out with that. Well, the good news is they at least are not advancing on us, which I suppose is a good thing. Well, the second I say that, they are actually advancing on us. Or at least they're shifting their line. Let's see about that. But we are coming up behind them, so that's at least nice. Let's go up a little bit more on a broader front, because soon we're going to be faced off against their artillery, and I very much dislike that. Right, let's get over here. I'm going to start running with these gentlemen very soon. It's frightening how much of our line here is open. I mean, we don't even have a line. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try to do a hit and run. This is mostly a skirmish to get their attention towards over here, so that we can then charge in with our Cossacks once their infantry tries to sort of come over here and deal with us, in a sense. Right. Come on, shoot the Cantonist recruits. Shoot them, shoot them. You are shooting them. That's lovely. Okay, fine. Good job. Run. Okay, I'm worried about their cavalry. But on the other hand, if we can take it on a 1-3 basis, that's fine. What are their hussars doing? Interesting what they're doing here. Right. Don Cossacks, two of you try to grab the hussars. And these two units we're going to have come up over here and look threatening against the dragoons and engage them whenever they are coming in. You guys, on the other hand, need to disperse a little bit so that we can get the enemy to be a little bit less. We can maybe ambush the Itzenplitzes. Funny name. Right, you come down here. These dragoons come up over here. Be ready to engage them. These dragoons are also going to be able to engage them, even though not quite as nicely. Right, these veteran musketeers are an issue. And it is an issue that the charge here is going to hit one of our Cossack units strongly, and the other one is only going to come in pretty late. But that's okay. Right, I do need both of you to come here, though, and you hit the dragoons. You on the far flank hit the dragoons. You hit the artillery. You hit the artillery. Come on, quickly. Our charge is very, very good. How's the situation looking here? They are charging. We need to charge. We need to charge. We need to turn around and do so quickly, please. Okay, they are toast. We know that. Something is happening in the center here. Okay, we've beaten them back. That's lovely. Let's make sure that we are drawing them further into the woods. And up over here, the Itzenplitzes are making a mistake by going in on their own. Right, that means we can focus on the center. The important thing is that we don't have them completely lose all resemblance of any Formation. Okay, there we go. Shattered all of the artillery. That's lovely. Get out. Get out. They have managed to turn around and they're now furious with us. That's fine. Okay. Managed to kill off their cavalry, but we are now in a bit of a kerfuffle here. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Good. I think this is going pretty well for us so far. Although we haven't engaged really with the main body of the infantry. So that's a thing to consider. Let's wait here with the Cossacks for a second. I really would like my Grenadiers to be the ones hitting them. Mostly because they've got the most men. Right, you need to slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay, but draw everyone else away. Interesting fight here in the woods. Okay, horse grenadiers are coming up. Cossacks, let's try to run around. Our Cossacks are withdrawing. Everyone else here is chasing after them. Fine, I suppose. Hits and blitzers are being hit. We're way too far away there. But still. Okay, many more losses on our grenadiers proportionally than on their musketeers. But still, our guys are at this point extremely good. Let's try to roll up that flank. How have you not been broken? Okay, let's try to get away before everyone here is engaging us. You can actually go north, I suppose. Normal speed. Don't double time it. Where is it? It's always when they entangle with the enemy. Okay, fine. That should work. Stuff is going on over here. Our horse grenadiers are coming under fire. That's no good. But it is good to sort of draw them further in. How's life up here? Well, maybe guys don't turn around for a second. There's nothing to worry about. Just don't turn around. You're gonna be alright. The enemy is up over here. It is these Dawn Cossacks. That's completely right. Don't turn around. No, don't do it. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, they'll be able to deal with that too. Then these Don Cossacks can start to engage these recruits down here. You've basically dealt with this, haven't you? Yes, you have. Good. Get the horse grenadiers behind here. And we're going to have them run down these units. Because, again, promotions. Right. Units down here are moving, that's okay. How about we hit these recruits? You know, one of you, come over here. The rest is going to be fine. Right. Dragoons. Do come back. I have a surprise for you. And that surprise is called Cantonese recruits being charged in their rear. Horse Grenadiers. How about you also offer us a prize here? These musketeers are good. I mean, they have level 5. That really isn't bad. Come on, another throw. And they're gone. Speaking of gone. Shattered. Immediately shattered. Right, our horse grenadiers are really being sacrificed here. And I'm very sorry that I'm not paying better attention to you. But something has to give, right? I can't have my attention everywhere. And you're doing well. You're doing what I need you to do. So I suppose it's fine. But still. Okay, let's look at the Lump leads down here. They are watching that way. That's fine. And we can get everyone down there. You guys all done Cossacks or Dragoons or whatever. And these Dragoons, maybe you can charge down the remaining enemy here. The entire 5 guys that was trying to get away. Even without ammo, you're doing fine, I tell you. Fine. Now, what's up with these units? They're off map a little bit. Okay, but they're still engaging some sort of enemy here. That's okay. Right. You're fleeing? Yes, you are. Good. You know what? Let's just do it. They're being shot, and they're being hit. And the Dragoons, I'm actually going to bring up over here. Except the ones all the way down here. Right, fantastic. Good job. Okay, you've done well. Let's have you come over here, and one of you... One of you can actually try to take them out. And you, sir, are gonna go for these guys. And then the rest of these units gonna make your way down here. Right. Run? No, don't run. You're pretty much exhausted. But accelerate time. Okay, they're pretty much bugged out. So let's kind of do this execution style. And then the rest of these guys can... Hit him. Hit him hard. Over, Don Cossacks. You know what? Make sure that you're impacting a little bit more at the same time. Okay, you dealt with that. How about XP farming? Seems to be going okay, doesn't it? Okay, some units are retreating here. I suppose you can try to farm a little bit more XP there. And they should be gone fairly soon, right? With all of these Cossacks streaming around them, even though they are exhausted. Damn. Yeah, just eat into them. Look at this, what's happening in this forest. It is a slaughter. Keeping an eye on these guys so that they are not... You know what? This unit we're going to send away. Don't want to accidentally lose it at this point. Okay, you're done. That means ended. Good. Okay, I know it's a bit of a long episode, and I know it was a bit tiny bit cheesy there in the end. But I'm very happy that we managed this. It is going to be much, much harder in the end of the third episode because we're going to have so much less room to maneuver, and that is going to be truly an issue. Who are our most successful units? Our dragoons did fairly well, but actually look at these horse grenadiers. 1,800 men killed. 600. Around 800 for our Cossacks. These guys have done extremely well, as we thought they would. 1,000 men lost, but that's fine. Let's still take the veterancy, because that is hopefully going to propel us to a lot of promotions here. I would really, really like to see more Don Cossacks. I think we need level 6 for that, though. Yeah, so just barely not able to do that. But the Cossacks themselves are fine, too. You're fine as you are, you're fine as you are, you're fine as you are. Right, brilliant, good. Don't think we need to concern ourselves with our stuff right now. But let's look at Grushevsky, who is really, really our charge guy, right? The thing is, I don't know all of the trait by heart, so... Combat effectiveness is on all stats, so that is useful, but I think it's more useful for line infantry, because we're really only mostly interested in charge. Morale is interesting, but honestly not that useful, so we're going to skip this one. And that will bring us to Act 2. Oh, we actually have another doctrine that we can choose. Officer death chance, that's nice. But, I mean, item sales, this is probably, hearts and minds, this is probably the most effective one. But come on, we gotta pick Pillager. We gotta pick it. It is what we are. We are Cossacks. So that being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye.